When Japan closed its borders to the rest of the world in the 17th century, they were able to focus on the things that really mattered to them, like infrastructure and taxes. But what they were especially able to focus on was art. Art was really, really big for the Japanese during the Edo period. The time of peace and prosperity allowed art to flourish and evolve because people were no longer fighting each other. The art of the time period speaks of the peace both through the sheer amount of it and the accessibility to it. Because of this peace, internal trade flourished as well, which allowed both commoners and nobles enough money to buy luxuries, so there was a large market for art. Commoners often purchased pieces of woodblock paintings at markets that were very cheap but still beautiful. The paintings were printed off by the thousands and sold all over the Japanese island. This type of painting was called sketches of the floating world because they would often portray snapshots of life. They often depicted kabuki theater actors, village and city life, and so much more. Nobles were able to get their hands on more expensive pieces that were hand-done by artists. These paintings were often portraits, paintings of beautiful women, and beautiful landscapes. While art was still a luxury, hand-painted art became a luxury only the nobility could afford. Woodblock printing became especially popularized in the art of bookmaking. Bookmaking and printing were especially significant because it provided a huge market for Japan. It started off with books being painstakingly handwritten and then carefully bound together. This process took a very long time and was only accessible to the rich because these books were very expensive. Movable type helped push along bookmaking by speeding up the process and making books cheaper, but woodblock printing truly revolutionized bookmaking. They could print off so many cheap books very quickly because nothing had to move, and assembly line style production decreased the actual bookmaking time. Publishing houses and bookstores sprung up all over Japan, as well as commercial libraries where anyone could take out a book for a fee. This led to higher literacy rates, and information was able to spread much quicker throughout the whole country over all social classes.